All of a sudden, your wife's not in the room. You can ask these questions.
I don't know if we're on record yet or not, so I'm not going to say anything.
We're not on record.
I don't know what happened in your life where you want to make out with your brother.
Mike, $1 million on the line. You wouldn't kiss Mario?
For $1 million?
I've never done it, but I've heard things.
This is all Batman all around here.
Like, you want, like,
I don't know.
Batman.
Maybe I did come to the right podcast.
Like, would you like...
You think Walking Blind pays for this? Come on.
Hit that intro, cuz.
Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals. They're about to make that very clear.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast. Podcast we like to normalize checking in on your homies. If you like what we do, please follow, like, and subscribe. It helps. I'm Mike. That is also Mike. And today we have an awesome guest. Our boy Alo from the band Resist.
What's up, foos?
Dude, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We are talking in the midst of LA and like a full-blown
It's
a war zone out there.
War
It's wild
zone.
right now.
National Guard.
Shout out. We have some homies out there on the ground.
On the ground,
I guess we shouldn't say their names, but
No, definitely not.
Oh, yeah, shit.
yeah, let's not mention who's there. But we got some homies there. Hopefully they don't need bail money. We'll leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at went to a birthday party last night, and there was people writing on posters at because it's like it's the place where we had like our engagement thing. It's called Three Weavers. It's like a big outdoor patio.
Oh yeah.
So people were like writing on posters and thinking anything of it, and we thought it was like for like
Sports?
like 5K or something, or like someone running, and then we realized like, oh no, that's for the.
Oh, that's fuck ice.
That's like shit.
No, that's some real life shit going on right now.
Yeah.
It's a bummer because it's like the rhetoric that they're trying to say is like, oh, we're going after illegals that are criminals and that are like, gang affiliated and shit. But you're like, dude, like legit showing up at people's jobs and just pulling them out of work where you know that they work. And these are like, some of these folks are like older people who are like fucking just dads that are just working to support their families. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? They're not a criminal. They're like law-abiding citizens that are getting fucked.
You can't differentiate who's who or what's what when you're just rating something. And I think that's, for me, like my biggest issue with all this. One, like, being a brown person, like it's just kind of fucked that like it feels like we're getting targeted right now.
We're targeted, yeah.
Like you're sending a government agency to these predominantly Hispanic communities and attacking all the hubs of where these people go for work, for groceries, for their livelihood.
Yep.
Just pulling them with no regards and just moving on. And I think that's, for me, like what hurts the most, because it's like dude, like these people aren't here to fuck shit up. Like you can tell the people that are, these people are just here to work, to provide for their families, and just because they're brown and the other people aren't, it makes it a problem. And then that's kind of like, it's just a shitty thing, because like you grow up and you don't see that kind of shit as a kid. Like you don't notice any of that shit, but then the older you get, it's like fuck, dude. Like now, like, oh, my friend from elementary school can't hang out with me because fucking I'm brown and he's not. And it just sucks. It's weird. It's a weird time.
It's so weird too because like, growing up in LA, like there wasn't, I feel like as a kid there wasn't this division as
Never.
You know what I mean? Like everybody was just kind of cool with everybody. Like, and then now it's like what happened to where like in the 90s we were cool, and then all of a sudden we're like back to taking sides on shit and like fucking being pissed at each other. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. You would think that like with as progressive as everybody has of a mentality that this shit would have gotten better by now, and it's just getting worse. And it's fucked. Well, not to make this whole podcast like upsetting, but still it's just like
we're just kind of living in the moment and just kind of addressing that and for what it is. And you know, it's something that I will always speak my mind on because I'm fucking brown and I'm proud. You know, I'm not ashamed of how I was born, how I was raised, and just because I'm brown doesn't mean I'm less American than you are or anything like that. You know, and that's all I'll say for now. If you could hear my music and hear all the other crazy shit that I say, but as far as that, like that's all I'll touch on it because you know, like there's two sides to every story, and I could be saying something that I'm not fully aware of, and if you want to educate me, but don't come and push your fucking rhetoric and make me feel like I'm fucking wrong for being born the way I'm born.
Right.
Well, and you know, also it's like, okay, well, you're going after criminals of like, it's like, okay, so you're going after Russians too. You're going after the, you know, all these people who defected from other war ridden countries. Like, are you gonna go after like people that have fled Korea, people who have fled, you know what I mean? Like, it's
it's a strict target on like Hispanics right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
There's always been
Yeah.
an agenda for I think every other race, but at this very second in Los Angeles,
The target is Hispanic.
this is what the target is. And you know, like I said, not trying to like make it about Hispanics have it harder than this and that, but it's just at this very second that's what's going on.
This is what we're seeing.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is what we're living at this very moment. But there's injustice for everybody, so you know it's not just us, and that's why we need to stay united and try to fucking fight this shit. Because the more they divide us, the easier it is to take over. And what are they taking over? I don't know. You know, this is some like conspiracy theory shit. But
This is where Mike shines.
this is where Mike's coming in and stuff.
What else
I've
is
been waiting for
happening?
this moment.
What else is happening in the world right now that is like, because our attention is going to be moved towards this, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, the little spat with Elon and Trump was like a distraction. and all
Don't look
this.
what's going on in Los Angeles.
That's weird, man.
Lists are being released.
But LA is the place to be, man.
Still.
I'm fucking proud to be born and raised here in Los Angeles. So, just get those motherfuckers out of here, and then we'll go back to what we were doing, and that's it.
Yeah, it'll be good.
And by them motherfuckers, I mean ICE, not my people. Let's just get it straight.
Let's clarify. Clarify.
Well, on a more fun note, dude. Some stuff going on. Actually, never mind. Cool
Like you
stuff
said.
in the horizon.
Yeah, there's some cool shit happening in the horizon. You guys will see an announcement about it soon enough.
I feel like this week, right?
It could be this week. It should be this week.
Let's do this. Let's talk about it, and if
We need to cut it.
need to cut it, we cut it.
All right.
We can cut it, but we're not cutting it.
Yeah.
We're not cutting it.
Like, how many people actually listen to this podcast that will be like
At least 5.
Two people.
2 people.
at least 5?
Mike's
Four in
mom
this
and
room.
Mike's mom.
A bunch of Tias and
Ooh, speaking of Diaz, dude.
Okay. Well, I think
No,
it'll
for real.
be.
Speaking of Diaz, dude, I've been craving Mexican food because I went to Austin for a friend's wedding.
yeah,
And,
it's different.
dude. Their Mexican food is Tex-Mex.
Texas.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I've been back home for like a day now, and after this, I'm going to get tacos. Where I don't know, but I'm getting tacos.
Yeah. From like Texas, all east, it's all Tex-Mex.
This is
Like,
great.
there's no like legitimate like real Mexican food.
Even in Atlanta when you were
Even
down
in
there.
Atlanta,
Okay.
there's all Tex-Mex stuff. Any like the so I would have friends that would come visit me from Georgia. They come out and like I'd take them to Mexican places, and they'd be like, "Well, where's the queso dip?"
Yeah.
You're like,
Dude, queso. I'm
don't get me
I'm a
wrong.
fan of, dude.
I'm a fan of queso, but that's not a Mexican
From
thing.
Chipotle or what?
Queso Blanco?
The queso blanco.
The queso blanco.
I remember in Dallas. Is it Dallas? San Antonio. Where's the White Rabbit?
San Antonio, my boy.
Yeah,
Paper tiger.
dude.
Yeah, they changed it.
Don't show your age.
They
As he took his hat off,
you see the grays?
just got fucked in all different directions.
Dude, I
He's
miss
young.
that
Paper
place.
tiger.
Dude,
It's open.
I mean, like
as it was.
like shout out. I miss rest in peace Mojo. What was this the sound guy that was there forever? Ryan. Is that his name?
I don't remember.
You want to know what's crazy? Is I've been in a touring project for over 10 years, and I've never played White Rabbit / Paper Tiger. Wow. Ever. Every time I played San Antonio, it was like a different venue. I never got to play Paper Tiger, so make it happen.
Make it happen.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. You know who you are. Make it happen.
Dude, we'll stop on the Desmadre Resist MBR tour. We'll make that a stop.
You didn't hear nothing. You didn't hear
Fuck
nothing.
it, we're announcing it. We're just gonna announce it right now.
The tour.
Coming to a city,
Announce the
coming to
tour,
a city
dude.
near you.
What is it?
If you're a booking agent, book us now.
Put it out into the world and.
But there's
Don't do that.
there's no correlation with. Yeah, don't do that if you're not serious
Yeah,
about
don't do that if you're not gonna get the number.
the days off, fool.
Yeah,
I got the days off.
No,
summertime. It's slow time.
Yeah, slow down.
no, Desmadre's already got a tour, bro. It's not happening now.
Afterwards. Afterwards, man.
Hey, speaking of Desmadre, shout out Desmadre if you can donate to
Yeah, their van
their
thing.
van shit because their van broke down and they had to rent 2 additional vehicles to get across to the rest of the dates.
Dude.
Welcome to touring, boys.
I was gonna I can't
Rough.
remember if it was Martin or this Martin. They had like their Zelle, and I was like, I'm just gonna sell them some money, and I was like, I'm gonna get a fucking T-shirt if I'm gonna send them money.
Listen, guys, I'm broke now, so I need to.
You should have just Zelled them, fool. That's fucked up.
No, dude. No, I
You
wanna
needed
fucking-
something for your money,
I
dude.
need,
That's,
I need
Pre-ordered that
something,
shit.
dude.
you can't just like for the raza, you know.
Nah,
This
dude.
fool's like, nah, I'm getting a shirt right
I
now.
want a shirt. My fucking mine's getting a little faded, so it's time for a new one.
Fuck it. Shout out this mother though, for real.
Shout out Desmadre.
Yeah, if you're at any of the shows, pick up merch. Pick up merch anyway, but
Yeah.
Yeah, help him back because breaking down on tour is fucking the worst thing in the world.
It sucks.
literally the worst.
I've had a fucking pawn off a fucking van because the transmission was more expensive than what we paid the van for.
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, just keep it.
It's like it's such a shitty feeling to be stuck somewhere and then just be like, well, we can't fix this. So we either just like scrap it and sell
Yep.
it for whatever we can, or just like
Dude, we were thinking about it now. It's funny you say that because like I think maybe we probably should have gotten just another van when our engine went out, but we gotten
In the
so
camper van, right?
many donations. Which one?
in the camper van. The
No. It was our second to last 15-seater. But our engine blew out in New York, and dude, we were like busking. Like we were like,
No way.
yeah, dude, I was fucking any oldie I knew. I was like,
Fuck yeah. Donate to him also.
yeah.
you guys
And,
still hold the record for the most Hot Topics played?
I think so.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, dude, we would like. So we found out that like Hot Topic was like letting like bands do acoustic sets.
Dude, I did an acoustic set at Hot Topic.
Yeah, and so we were just like, well, let's just like we get into town early. Let's see if we can play, and then hopefully get people to come see us because like we'd be in places nobody,
It's
we-
fucking smart.
New-
you
yeah.
guys, innovation,
Yeah.
baby.
Dude, when people find out like how much we toured, they're like, dang, dude, like your band must have been killing it. It's like, no, we were just hustling our fucking
figured out
asses
how
off.
to do DIY shit.
They were killing it. Don't let them fucking tell
We-
you otherwise.
We hustled so hard. We had to. But yeah, we played.
The-
We'd show up and be like, hey, we're a band from California. Would you mind if we play an acoustic set here? And we like show them our music. And most of the time, the workers like bored out of their fucking mind. So they're like, yeah, I think so. I think it's cool. And then we would do it. And, some people would hang out. Some people wouldn't. Mostly wouldn't,
I feel like the sickest shit that you guys did, which I think the statute of limitations is up on now, is getting a hold of that pallet jack, so that you guys could buy pallets
Shit ton
of
of
water.
No way. Is that a real story?
Yeah,
You guys bought a pallet jack? Or you took
It
one?
was,
You found it?
We found
they procured a pallet
procured
jack.
a Costco pallet moose.
So fun.
It wasn't really a jack. It was just a
Wait, but where do you even buy a pallet of water?
Costco, dude. So we used to on Warped Tour, we used to hustle, right? And so we were like not making any money selling our $5 CDs.
As most bands don't on
Right.
Warped Tour, yeah.
And so we were like, you know what? Let's just sell water, which is like super illegal. One, and so we would sell water outside. Yeah, this is a long time ago, allegedly.
Yeah, this is all make believe.
Yeah.
This is just advice for young touring bands, like some ideas.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Don't
listen.
Don't sell in Atlanta. They will
they'll
stab you,
Yeah.
dude.
Wait, what? You got stabbed?
Dude, no, they were very
That's
cool about
more
it.
story.
Yeah, we set up and because we were like an op
On the line? Like outside the line?
outside the line. Yeah, we would do it before doors, and then we would do it at the end. People leaving, right? And so we would. That was our gas money, dude, and it ended up being like our tour fund for the rest of the year. Like we would, yeah. So like we would take. At one point, we had some thing, whatever. Correct me, but I think we had 2 of the big long white coolers, and then we had 2 like the little roller ones, and so the 2 big coolers we just kept ice. And then we'd go around the little handle ones, and we'd walk around with a boombox, with our CD in it, so we could hustle the CD, and then we'd have our water. So, hey, you want to check out a band? No, okay. Well, you want to buy water for $1, and we just sling that way, and so we did that everywhere. But Atlanta, because they were doing the same hustle, just people from Atlanta were doing it. They were like, he said something like, yeah, he's like, you seem like nice boys, he's like, but if I catch you here, like, you guys gotta leave, because if not, we're gonna like, what do you say? Like, we're gonna like something like basically like, stab you.
Scissor you up, my boy.
So we're like, we don't need to sell today. I think we did what we needed.
We made a lot of money yesterday.
So, in your trailer, you had your gear, you had your merch, and a pallet of water.
Pallets. Yeah.
Pallets.
Well, yeah, dude, we had crazy water. And so we'd
That's
show up.
so fire, dude.
Dude, we'd show up because we can't really travel with like that much of the ice, so it'd be like day of stuff, right? So we'd have to get there early, get to Costco.
It was the worst.
Yeah,
dude. When we did a Warped Tour, dude, people are lining up at 8 a.m. So you're like, you have to be there at 7, especially like when you're playing and shit. You have to be there early.
Yep.
So you guys are troopers for that one.
Yeah. So we did that. We didn't sell. When we did the dates, like the longer little run on it. It was just when we were like following the tour, like before we even played it, we'd follow the tour and we were doing this hustling.
I mean, that was the thing to do back in the day.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands that did that.
Yeah. That was the era of burning racks of mixtapes and shit, CDRs, sleeving them up and just passing them out to everybody.
That was like the groundwork for us, like getting signed and then fighting with our label.
Yeah.
Like we got signed because of our hustle. They were like, how many albums did you like sell? We're like, like 5,000. They're like, by yourselves at Warped Tour? We're like, yeah. They're like, really? We're like, yeah. They're like, shit. So then we got signed. Label got sold to this dickhead named Neil. And so Neil,
Neil.
The next year, we go out and like on a good day, we could hustle like 150 CDs. Like, it's insane for a nobody band like us. And on a bad day, we could do, anywhere between like, a really bad day would be like
50.
Yeah. And so we would, we leave with boxes, and then we'd be getting low. So when we hit up our label, like, hey, we need CDs. We're already almost out. And they're like, what? So he's like, okay. He's like, so he raised the price on for us to get it, and we're like, what are you doing?
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that now? And then like I don't know if he thought like, I don't know what he thought, but he sent us like not enough. Like we asked for like 2,000 CDs or something crazy, and then he sent us like 200, and we were like, dude, This is gonna last us like a day and a half, 2 days. And so we like kept running into that. He kept wanting to raise the price. He wanted us to pay more upfront for him, and it was just like it was stupid. And then we fought with him basically like the whole time we were out, and then finally on the last like day of the tour, he sent us a ton of them, and we're like,
of course, on the last day, that's fucking awesome.
This now, like,
okay, what a dickhead.
Yeah, it's like, and we had those CDs for years because it was like the EP that we like the next year we did a new album, yeah, but we still had like a shit ton of like our EP which we didn't want to sell anymore. Anyway, how do we get on this fucking?
Dude, that's
Warped
but it's crazy,
Warped
like,
Russell, yeah.
And it's coming back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if you wanna, go and do that hustle, try it out, see if it works.
I'm curious if like the new Warp Tour, you know, like right now it's only what 3 days.
3 days, 3 cities.
Yeah.
But they're like a month apart, I think.
Yeah.
So Warp Tour Long Beach is end of July. And then I think Warp Tour DC is August or September, and then Orlando's the other one. So it's like month. All different lineups. Like a few of the same bands, but like all different lineups. And there's just 3 days or 2 days, something like that.
It's like a weekend fest, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So it's like a like Coachella type thing.
How much are tickets?
They were $100, I think,
Yeah.
but they sold out like that. I mean, it's nostalgia. And,
They sold out before bands were even announced.
Yep.
And then bands were announced and people were like, hey, I got tickets for sale. The fuck?
It lost a little bit of its like punk DIY edge, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. $100 ticket, man.
I'm just curious, like it, you know, because it's not a full on tour, it's not going to allow young bands like that to like grind it out and like really, you know, because like you can't like, well, you can, but like imagine trying to pull that at like a Coachella weekend, right? Like, oh, let me just show up at Coachella this weekend and just try and sling shit and sling
But
waters and all that stuff. It's not the same.
It's hard to get in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not only that, there's no line. Just the first day is the line, because then after that, it's like everyone just goes in at their own thing.
People are camping.
So I feel like for the format of Warped Tour, there's a chance to still do it, but like,
I guess if it's every day, they
Yeah.
open doors. And
but I feel like
yeah.
physical CDs don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one homeboy from the East Coast. Shout out Tommy if you watch this. That still to this day hustles his ass off and follows, runs, and just promotes the shit out of his band. The way old school bands used to do it. You know, like
Fuck yeah.
Handguns and Major League and those bands are like his favorite bands, and those guys were doing the same thing you were doing. So like, it's funny that you brought that up, because like, he's the only dude that I know that still does that to this day, and like, you know, like he's grinding his ass off. But I don't know that a new band could just go and figure that out and do it. Like he's, you know, he's got his system down and he does what he does and it works for him. But I don't think other bands could do this, because when we followed Warped Tour, so we were on tour. This is my old band, Mothersound. We were on tour in 2017. We had a day off in Cleveland, and I hit up our manager at the time. No names. And I was like, hey, can you get us in a Warped Tour? Like, we'll work or whatever. We just want to get in. He was like, yeah. So we got in, and we had to like work a catering shift. And so we got in, we fucking wandered around, and there was a guy who had a like small tent that let bands play. Like bands that like kind of followed the tour and shit, like all the fucking loose ends, I would say. And that's us included, because like you're not part of the tour, but you are, because you have credentials and shit. And so we met him, and he was like, you're a full band? And we were like, yeah. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, we just came in for the day. And he was like, well, if you show up to the date tomorrow, I'll let you play the tent. We're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And we're like, well, maybe we'll see, you know, because we're in the middle of a tour with another band. And we finished the catering service, and we packed up. Our job that night was to pack up the big ass trailer, the kitchen trailer.
Yeah.
So like fucking tear it down, tie the fucking extension cables and all that shit. It was a disgusting job.
It's
In the middle of the summer night where it's still 95 outside, 90 degrees, humidity. And we finished, and they're like, that's the fastest we done it. They were telling us, they're like, do you want to work tomorrow? Like, you guys could come tomorrow, food's guaranteed and this and that. And we're like, fuck, like, what do we do? Like,
Did you have a date the next night?
Food
Yeah.
and an opportunity to play.
We have food and an opportunity to play. And like at that time, like, I think you paid like, I'm just throwing numbers. I'm sure it's different, but I think every band, like per member, paid like $1,500 a week for food.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But you got 3 meals, and they were all fucking high-end meals, because they were like grinding. Like the people that worked the catering were there at 6 a.m. and were the last ones to leave. And you got great food. So we were like, fuck, what do we do? And I was like, we had a show, and it canceled on us. And we're like, let's just push one more, see what happens. So then we go there. We're trying to get the band we're on tour with in, but it just wasn't working. They're like, no, you guys are already in. We played the tent, and that dude was like, you rip. You have a day every day of the rest of the tour if you want it. We're like, dude, what the fuck?
Shit.
Wait, how many dates did you have left with your tour?
We were only done with week 1, and it was a 5-week tour. And there was 2.5 weeks of Warped Tour left. So it was on the East Coast. It was going to go down the coast to Florida and across. Mm-hmm. We're like, do we do a fucking 5-week DIY tour, or do we do 2.5 weeks of Warped Tour? And we're like, what do we do? What do we do? We're like, well, what are we even getting ahead of ourselves? Like, we got to do this catering thing. They're not going to guarantee us anything. We finished the catering thing. We did it faster than the day before. They were like, if you want to do the rest of the tour, you could work catering and your meals are covered.
No shit.
So we're like,
Oh, there it is.
oh, what the fuck? So now we have a tent we could play on every day. That's part of Warped Tour, but it's not, because it's not like a official stage, but like there's a spot for it. There's a PA.
Yeah.
There's a fucking schedule of bands playing it. And these are bands that, like when Warped Tour starts, like there's bands that automatically volunteer and they get the perks. Like those are their perks. They got to play. And then when you get on your hometown, you get to play the main, like one of the stages on your hometown, and but you're working. And we hit up that band. We're like, hey guys, sorry, but we're going to do this.
Yeah.
And that was 2017. We were on the whole tour. Well, the rest of the tour. Working, but we were playing.
Yeah.
And I remember we get to San Antonio, and they're like, congratulations. We're like, what? Why are you congratulating us? We look at the big-ass balloon that's in the middle of the thing. We're playing fucking Full Sail that day.
Fuck yeah.
And we're like, dude, what the fuck? And then, we played the stage. We worked. Then a couple days later, they're like, congratulations again. We're playing the stage again. And then we got home, and they're like, oh, this is your hometown, so you got to play the stage. So on that run, we played the stage 3 times.
Fuck yeah.
We worked catering, and it sucked because there were 6 of us. So they put 2 guys in the morning and 4 guys at night. So it wasn't like we can get there like when doors open and shit. We had to be there at 6:30 every morning.
Yep.
And there was days where like the drives were like 10 hours.
Yeah.
And like Warped Tour's over at 9. It's like, you got to go because tomorrow's 10:30 and you got to be there at 7. And dude, there was like a week straight where I saw the sunrise every day.
So did you guys caravan it with the buses, or did you guys just...
We tried.
bounce?
We just, like, because like on Warped Tour, like they do like barbecues for the bands after. And like when it was too long and we knew like we couldn't like do it, we just took off.
Yeah, those 4 a.m. bus call nights. Dude,
Respect, man. That
yeah.
I respect that grind. We did similar shit to that, man, and it's not easy. Like people don't realize. Like a couple things about Warped Tour. Like one, it is one of those like weird things where like things can happen. Like like that. What an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks. I don't care if you're playing. Like we played a tent. Like our first year of like hustling it. Like we played. It was like Fletcher's tent from Pennywise.
Sick.
And Allura. Do you guys remember that band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allura. So they were like the band.
Okay.
And like we just became homies with them just from us hustling the line every day, and we ended up getting like they let us play, have a couple days on it's outside the tent, but it's like, dude, we got to play, we got to like meet people from that. Like that's so I love that, and I love that not only got to play, but you got to play like on stage.
Yeah. Yeah, we got lucky. So then when we got to Pomona, and I'll tell this part of the story because I don't care because it's funny to me now, but like we get to Pomona and it's like, there's all these guys there that go to see us play from like my high school band, and they're all like, dude, you fucking made it. And it's like, it doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't, yeah.
At all. Like, cause like they don't understand, like we're fucking working.
Dude, yeah.
Like it's fucking rough. And like, I'm grateful for it cause it was badass, but like, they're all gassing me up and like, they're like, come on, come drink. And like, we finished working. I'm like, it's the last day. I don't think we have to work. A little did I know you still have to fucking work that day. So I get fucked up. And this is when I used to drink. I don't really drink anymore. And I got fucked up. And I just remember at one point, I'm like, damn, I got to piss. And then I look at the time. I'm like, fuck, I got to go work now. So I'm walking and I'm like, there should be a bathroom over there in the back. So I say, fuck the bathroom line in the venue itself. And this is at the Pomona Fairgrounds. And the line was long as shit. So I'm like, fuck that. And I'm not using a porta potty because fuck no. Because, you know,
End of the day,
I was
end of the
drunk.
day is the worst.
I was drunk. It was the end of the day. And I'm like, I have a fucking credential. I could just go to the bathroom in the back. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm walking and I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm not going to make it. And I'm like, fuck it. Because I'm drunk.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it. So I just start pissing myself. and this is the time where, like, you know, you have the jeans with the holes in them and shit.
Yeah.
And the piss is coming out of my knees. And I'm just fucking laughing. And all I hear is, dude, seriously? And I look to my right. And it's Maddie Mullins from fucking Memphis Mayfire. And I'm like, yeah, seriously, welcome to LA. And I just kept going. And I fucking changed my pants and went to work. And once we finished cleaning, they were like, you have a spot if you want it for next year's Warped Tour.
Sick.
And that's what we did. In 2018, we followed the thing. We worked it. We played the tent. And then we got a few more shows on the stage itself. And got signed to a shitty-ass label and fucking regretted every decision after that. But
Of course. Yeah.
That's how it goes,
But
man.
that was Warped Tour. Warped Tour legitimately created opportunities for bands.
Yeah.
You just had to fucking work your ass off.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's people that worked their ass off and it didn't work for them then, but it's working for them now.
Right.
And it just because it wasn't instantaneous didn't mean it wasn't going to pay off. Like, the Warped Tour as a platform created crazy opportunities for so many people.
And the ability to just be able to network with people that you probably never would have had
Right.
access to, you know, had you not been on that tour.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just like and then you become friends with like the most unsuspecting of people that you're like, why am I friends with this person? How did this happen? You know? But yeah, it's fucking Warped Tour for people just going to Warped Tour. It's an experience, right? Like, they're like, oh fuck, there's just so many bands, there's food, there's drinks, we know whatever. But then, like, for the people behind the scenes working it, like, it's a fucking grind.
Yeah. Unless you're like a big band and you're in a bus and you don't have to do shit
Except play.
except play. Even then, you're still, it's like long drives and stuff. And
Well, dude, even for me, like, I always felt bad because, you know, I was working for Atticus, but I was the third crew member.
Okay.
So I wasn't on a production bus. I was with Whitechapel. So I had to set an alarm every fucking morning when we rolled in that I had to be up before everybody. And I always felt bad. I was like, I'm waking these motherfuckers up.
but they get to stay in bed.
They got to stay in bed, yeah.
Yeah, but still, it's like, whoops, sorry.
Sorry, yeah. And I'm on like a top bunk, so I'm like
Oh, shit.
kicking my way out and shit.
And the other thing people don't realize is, like, you could work the tour, like, randomly and, like, find someone that, like, has extra room and
Yeah.
rent fucking bunks in these big-ass fucking
Yep.
bandwagons and RVs and just now you're on the tour.
Dude, so many dudes I like we knew would just be like, can I roll with you guys tonight? I'll just sleep on like the couch.
Yeah.
And like for a night, there'd be like a photographer or like somebody's producer or something like that. Like, oh, there's so and so's, you know, homie that produces this and this. They're gonna sleep here tonight. And then, all right, cool. And then they'd go on their way at the next date, and then there's somebody else crashing with you guys, you know?
Dude, we had, so we were friends with Escape the Fate before they like blew up and stuff.
Okay.
Like we played with them like when they were still a local band in Vegas. We show swapped and stuff. And so when they were playing Warped Tour, they were already like they weren't playing. I don't think they were playing main stage. They were playing the big was it Hurley stage? I forget.
It was what the Monster stage became.
I
So it
think
was,
so.
it was what Monster was before.
Yeah, and so they were playing. So I mean, it was like they had a huge turnout, and so we were This is when we were just hustling, and so when we'd see them, we'd say what's up to them, and they knew like we were grinding, and so their drummer was just like, he's like, dude, he's like DeMartin, he's like, hey, he's like, if you tech, dude, you can travel, you can come in the van with us. That's way it gives your van more space, and you get to travel on a bus. So Martin was like,
Hell yeah.
Later, motherfuckers.
so it's like so bittersweet because we're like, fuck, like that's so awesome, but also it's like, when Martin's like saying bye going into this bus and we're like going back in our van, we're like, we'll see you there.
But was he
Martin."
grinding with you guys still?
Oh yeah.
Or was he just
Yeah.
drum teching at that point?
No, he would tech and then he'd still go out and hustle with us when he needed.
So what would you guys do, I guess, once Warped Tour was open?
Once it was over.
Open, like during the festival, were you guys able to get in and sell shit, or
Yeah. So I can say this now, I guess.
oh, you sneak in because it was easy back in the day?
It was easy, so we'd sneak in. A lot of times we sneak in because we were there early, so we get there before even like security was really even there.
Yeah.
And we just like find a way to go in, just hang out in the bathroom, or go. We'd go around, like put up our own little like, just like our album was coming out, so we had like little posters that we put up.
Sick.
We did so much stuff, and then we would just. So then also too, like we would know like different people on the tour, and so like every now and then we'd be like, because you don't want to wear your welcome with like one band.
Yeah.
But it's like we'd have like homies that would be like, yeah, we'll put you on the guest list for tomorrow. That way you guys don't have to like fucking, sneak around.
Do what you gotta do, yeah.
And so we had that, and then the thing that kind of helped us out was, I can't remember if we did this on the second year, might have been like the second or third year, but we would just like, so we'd go around, and we would always make like posters, and we'd have like, it would just be like our album available now, whatever. We're not even playing, right? and so we'd have
Way
like
to do it.
Yeah, so people would like see our name, they're like, "The fuck is this band?" like, and so
Spelled wrong.
yeah. And so we like, it was just one of those things where we just took it upon ourselves, because it's Warped Tour. So it's like, there's a lot of just bands we're not into, obviously. So there was a couple that we were, like the year that we were like, you know what? Stick Your Guns is on this year. Evergreen Terrace is on. And so we would
Damn,
like.
I haven't heard that name in forever.
Dude, which one?
Evergreen Terrace, yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That. And so we would, so we'd show up and we'd get there early, and then we'd check out the times, and we'd keep track of the bands that we liked. So we'd say like, okay, so you're on at 2:00 today, Evergreen Terrace on at 6 today. Okay, cool. So then we would just like on our posters, there was like space, and we would just write like, or we turn it on the other side, just the blank spot. We would just write like Evergreen Terrace, 6:00, Stick to Your Guns, whatever. And we were doing that, like putting their set times everywhere. Well, Josh from Evergreen Terrace, now Stick to Your Guns, sees us doing it, and he's just like, "Yo," he's like, "Dude,
Who are you?
who told you guys to do this?" Like kind of thing. We're like, "Oh, like you guys just a band that we like. We're just hustling. Like we're just promoting the thing, and we like you guys. We like people to see you guys." And he was just like, "Dude, he's like, we'll get you guys in. Like we'll put you on the guest list." So then they like, I can't remember if they had posters or they had flyers, and then we would just put their shit up too when we put in ours.
Okay.
And so we were doing that. We did that with Gallows. So Gallows helped us out one
That's
year.
another name I haven't heard in forever.
Yeah.
I was ripped.
These are deep cuts right now, that you're saying.
Dude, like it's one of those things where I kind of forget, but it's like, we got close to those, like with those dudes for that summer, because we were like promoting them.
Yeah, of course.
And then like we got to be like on stage watching them play and shit.
That's so sick.
Like I was on the bus when like their bass player was gonna fight another band. He was like gonna go take them on by himself. Like those dudes were for real.
That's so badass.
Yeah. And so anyway, so like just stuff like that. Like we'd have, and then we'd like have friends that we'd like help promote, and then they'd give us a wristband, and then eventually, like one year we ended up being Christian and I were like in charge of like signing in guests. So they put us in charge of that. Like
That's so crazy. What the hell?
yeah, from like sneaking in, every
To
day.
working.
Yeah, and then like hustling overseas, like working, getting jobs for it.
From the people that run Warped Tour's perspective, there's got to be some like, okay, these dudes are fucking working.
Dude,
You know
Well,
what I
they
mean?
know. They know.
They're grinding.
They know.
They're punk rock. Dude, Kevin Lyman is as
So punk.
as they come. We told us before, but like one year we, Rick, our old bass player, like he has his own printing company.
Okay.
So he was like a graphic designer. So we had homies on the tour, and it was one of those things where we're like, yo, like Rick's like, hey, can I see your pass? Like, yeah. He's like, do you care if I take a picture of it? Like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. So like, he like takes a picture of the front and the back, and so he's like, I can make this look real. So he like went on his laptop, we put our pictures in and everything. Like it was like legit, dude.
Yeah.
And we print them out, laminated them, so now we have fucking legit passes.
Laminates, yeah.
And so we were using them to just hustle, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like we weren't getting people in, like we weren't making money. Like, yo, give me $20, I'll get you in.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything like that. We were just going in, we were working, and we ended up getting caught.
Hell yeah.
So the guy, and the thing about it is they caught our buddy he had come out with us. He was there to help us on Warped Tour, but he's also like there to be like our merch guy tech, on the tour. And so like he got caught, and we could Ryan Havoc.
Okay. Yeah. Ryan eventually ended up working with me at Atticus.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he gets caught, and it was one of those things where like it's not even one of us, so we can either keep going or like leave it, hide, I don't know. And so it was just one of those things where like, you know what? We only have a couple days that we're going to be on it because we have our own tour coming up. And so I'll give Christian the credit. Christian was just like, let's just fucking tell him what we're doing. Like, let's just go show him like what we're doing. We're here for our band. We're not trying to make money off of this. Yeah. Like as far as like we're hustling our CD and stuff, but
everyone was at that time.
Yeah. And so I was like, fuck. So then Christian and we get all the laminates from our guys, and we go and we find the head of security. Fucking what's his name? I used to be rattle off his name.
I could see his face. I don't know
big dude, big scary dude. And so we go and we're like, hey, can you take us to head of security? We're the ones who have the fake passes. And the guy's like, you want to go like show him your fake passes? Because you can go to jail and shit for that.
Yeah. It says it on the pass. It's weird.
Yeah.
And so he's like driving us, and he's like, dude, you guys have balls. He's like, you guys have balls. He's like, I don't know how this is gonna go for you. They might respect it, dude, but you guys might get fucked so like super hard. And we're just like, yeah. So we go and like we go to Sully, his name, big fucking dude. So we go and we're like, hey, we're the ones with the fake passes. We gave it to him, and he's like looking at them. And he's just like, holy shit, these are good. Like, he's like, we've seen a lot of them. These are good. And we're like, we're banned from Southern California, calling them bragging rights. We're here to hustle. We're not here to like make money off of this. Like, we're not sneaking anybody in. We're not here because we just want to watch bands. We're here for ourselves, trying to hustle on a CD. We're a small band. We've done stuff like this for years. This is the first time we've done laminates. And so he was just like, dude, this is good that you turn yourselves in, respect it. I'm going to tell Kevin. I don't know how he'll take it, but, at least you did this. This is the right thing to do. You guys are good. Like, don't, kind of like leave, but don't, nothing. We're not going to press anything, whatever. So we leave, and we're just like, fuck. And so, like, the next day we get an email, and they contacted our manager, and basically were like, if they want to do the tour, we can give them a job doing, like, either catering or something. And we were like, fuck, like, we would, but we're going back. We're leaving for our own tour. And plus, there's only a couple of days left on the tour anyway. And so we, like, declined and told them, please keep us in mind for next year. Well, for the next year, they offered us dates on the actual tour. We got to play the Kevin Says stage, and then they put us on the Warped Tour sampler.
Sick.
Like, from fucking being,
just grind, dude.
Yeah. So Kevin, shout out to Kevin just for I can't believe he did that. Like, we were just happy that he didn't press charges, but then he was just like offering us a spot to play, and then put us on the sampler.
Well, that's because what this music was built off of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fucking risking it all, man.
Yeah.
That mentality of just like, we're going to flyer the fuck out of everything. We're going to promote the fuck out of everything. We're just going to put all this shit in people's faces. And hopefully one person shows up.
Yeah.
Well, do you think about how I must feel for someone like Kevin Lyman? Like, think about the careers he has started.
Yeah.
Because of that tour. Like the bands that blew up, like Paramore blew up, Katy Perry blew up because of Warped Tour. Like, people don't realize
Gwen
that.
Stefani.
Yeah. Dude.
No Doubt. Sublime.
All those bands. You
saw shit when I was a kid. And I look back at it now, and I'm like, damn, you had that band?
Yeah, right. Dude,
Even
Jurassic 5, Eminem played it.
Even like the old school like punk bands that
Dude, Linkin Park,
fucking
Jay-Z, they all played that shit.
Crazy.
So
wild,
I don't know. I guess we'll see what this
We'll see.
iteration
Yeah,
of Warped Tour brings.
It's hard to like replicate what's been done.
Right. It'll be different no matter what.
It'll be different no matter what. But like getting, I don't know how like feasible it is for bands to like get in now that it's more like a Coachella type thing.
Well, I think it's in partner with Live Nation, so that's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be sneaking in anymore. But
Yeah.
it's funny, we all have like similar Warped Tour stories.
Yeah.
In a way. It's
It's that era, man. Because how old are you?
32.
32. Okay. So you've been in this music for long enough that you've seen a
least-
bunch of this shit. You know,
20 years.
Yeah. So it's
Damn, that's a long time.
a long time.
I've been doing this music shit more than I've been alive, technically. Like, in my life, I've been alive for 32 years. But 20 of those 32, I've been doing, like, music seriously.
Gotcha. More of your life than
I guess, yeah. You know, whatever, dude.
However it works. Math, you know.
I like math, so the fact that I stuttered was crazy.
So, okay, so now switching it back to Resist, the idea to go for just like, and we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier before we started, like the idea to go, like, we're just going to go heavy and fucking ignorant and just melt people's faces off. Like, what was the mentality behind Resist, and what was the approach, or what was the thought process behind the approach? Because you guys are heavy on like the reels and the Instagram shit and like all the promotion, a bunch of funny shit, like a bunch of just in your face marketing. Like, what was the difference between the two projects?
I guess for Mothersound, it was we got too many people involved too quickly, so then there's too many hands, too many opinions, and no one was happy in the end. And for Resist, it started off that same way. And so when I started Resist, it was at the end of Mothersound the first time. Mothersound ended twice. The end of the first time, I just I think that's when No One, No Love came out by Gideon. And I was like, God, this song fucking rips.
Yeah.
I want to do some ignorant ass shit like this. And I think that's when Gideon first started saying bad words. Because like for the longest time, they didn't say anything.
Because they were
a Christian band. They were on a Face Down, I think they were. So like, you know, you can't fucking...
Palabras malas, dude. No. So palabras malas.
And palabras malas, yeah, exactly. Fucking, they were soft. And now they're fucking... Dude, Gideon rips so hard.
Rips, dude.
Dude, they ripped even when they were doing the
they
Jesus
ripped.
thing, dude.
Yeah.
I was like...
They ripped for the Lord, but now
Yeah.
they rip for everyone.
That band live is fucking one of the best live bands I've seen.
Yeah.
They're so solid.
Yeah.
So, you know, seeing that, and I was just like, dude, I want to do some just caveman shit, but like with my spin on it. And like, I grew up in the West Coast in a time where being a fucking gangster in the 90s was badass.
Yeah.
I was like, why not replicate that, but with my spin, you know?
Yeah.
And not go full like cholo and gangbang on people and shit, but like just bring that same energy into metal music. And when I reached out to Jordan Damasco, who now plays in Coldview, I was like, hey, my band's done and I need to find something to do. Like, let's write music. He was like, cool. He wrote Run It, which was the first single we put out. And I was like, damn, this is sick. And I went to his house with no lyrics. He's like, you don't have lyrics? I'm like, trust me.
Yeah.
I just kind of started winging it. And he was like, what the hell? And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to Lil Wayne this joint. except I'm gonna remember these lyrics. And then we just pumped out song after song after song. And then boom, the world shut down.
Yep.
And I was like, well, let's just keep writing music. So we kept writing music, and then when the world like opened again, fucking my best friend Josie was like, hey, I wrote these Mothersound songs. Do what you want. It'd be cool to release them. And I was like, fuck, this rips. I was like, fuck Resist. I'm doing this shit. And so then we did Mothersound for like another year and a half, and then it just didn't work. We were like pushing in, it wasn't working. And one day David called me, who is playing drums for Carcosa right now, like fill-in drummer. He does a lot of like crew work and shit. Another really good friend of mine. He was drunk as shit one day. He's like, hey, I show people the Resist demos. You need to fucking man up, and we need to do this.
And so Resist was just started as an internet project, right?
It was supposed to be an internet
Yeah.
project. Well, not really. When it started in 2019, it was supposed to replace Mothersound for me.
Right.
Like,
But
fill
then
that void.
there were just
and
no
then,
shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing. And then when the world opened up again, Mothersound came back conveniently enough. And I was like, fuck it, let's go. But then he called me and I was like, damn, I haven't listened to these songs in a while. So I listened to them. We had the first 4 songs that are out were demoed out completely right before the world closed.
Mm-hmm.
Listened to them and I was like, fuck, this rips, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we got to do it. Fuck it. And at that point, like, I knew kind of what I wanted the image to be, but I wasn't too sure. And then, you know, we started, like, actually recording songs, and I was like, I want to make this look like 90s fucking West Coast hip-hop.
Yeah.
Just with, like, a metal spin to it. And the first video we filmed in a Bank of America parking lot. I just put a post out there. I said, show up 10 o'clock, providing coffee and pizza.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there was like 20, 30 people that showed up, and
That's enough, dude. You just pack them in.
two fools brought motorcycles, and I was like, what the fuck? Okay. And we just did a super like DIY looking video and then threw that one out. Then 1312 was the next single, and the problem with the band, and it's still a problem, is none of us live in the same area. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like, as you get older, like, fucking life happens. You want to move away, and our guitar player right now, Julian, lives in Eagle Pass, Texas.
Shit. Okay.
Gene lives in Orange County,
Yep.
but he's always on tour.
Always gone.
And I'm here, and then Marcos is, you know, working, and, you know, he's got Earthgrown stuff, and he's busy too. And then there's no drummer right now. And my buddy Josie's just been holding it down playing drums. We had Jordan fill in too, and might have something in the works.
So
You know,
who played drums with you guys at that show with No Home?
that was Jordan. So
Okay.
he filled in for us.
Okay.
Real homie right there. And so when it was time, so at that time, David was in the band, and me and him were kind of going back and forth, and then we would hit up Gene and be like, hey, let's try this. But like, everyone was gone. David had moved to Pittsburgh. So, and at this point, like, I'm trying to play some shows. So like, every show is a different version of the band.
Right.
And I'm just like, dude, this is getting annoying, but whatever, let's just keep going. And I remember I'm like, we need to put out music. I want to put a visual to it. Let's just shoot it like a hip hop video. I was like, Gene, just come over and you're just going to follow me around. We're going to just go around the industrial Gardena area and just film it. So we filmed that. Then I was able to get everyone together, and then we filmed the World of Mine video. Mm-hmm. And then a couple months later, we filmed the Real Blood video. And then everything just kind of stalled. Like, we've been out for, the band's been around for a year and a half, give or take.
Right.
And in February, I call him my mentor now because he's like really like been checking in on me. But his name's Anthony. He plays in the band Resistor from the East Coast. Check him out. Funny, Resist LA Resistor. Mm-hmm. And he just was like, hey man, you gotta get on your shit. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you need to start looking like a band online. And I was like, what do you mean, man? Like, I don't have anything to post. He said, just because you don't have anything to post doesn't mean you can't use the stuff that you worked hard on to keep pushing.
Yeah.
And I was like, but like, people have already seen it. He said, yeah, a handful of people have seen it. Doesn't mean everyone else seen it.
Yeah.
And it just, you know, he made me really think. And like, there's days where I'm just like, fuck, dude, I'm about to post the same clip of me humping the floor. And fuck it. And I just send it, and someone new discovers it, and it's a win. And like, a small win is a win. And I just kind of been like pushing this shit as authentically as I can. Like, what you see online, the paragraphs, the posting, the wordage, it's just who I am. It's just, I'm just this kid from fucking Gardena that fucking grew up in the hood and had parents that fucking love me. So like, it doesn't make sense why I'm so ghetto and shit, but it's just who I am, and I love it, and I think it translates in the music, and you're genuinely getting who I am as a person.
Yeah.
And my experiences and what I believe in. And that's how the social media thing happened. Like, he was just like, you need to just start posting. And I was like, fine, I'll try it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it works. It's a drag.
It's a grind.
It's a different kind of grind. Like, the grinding we did on Warped Tour and shit is more physical. Like, you're out there hustling physically.
I would rather do that than all the social media shit.
The social media grind is like, it's quicker. You post something, boom, it's out there. You check on it, you're like, damn, what the hell? And then you look at someone else, and it's hard not to, and you shouldn't do it. And it's another thing I'm getting better at. It's like, everyone deserves to win, but it's like, you look at someone else, you're like, damn, like, you posted 10 minutes ago and they have 5,000 likes.
Yeah.
And I posted 10 hours ago and I have 2 likes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm just going to keep doing me. I'm going to keep fucking pushing this project and what I believe in. And if it happens, cool. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't exist in my mind because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you kind of got to attack it that way. And you just got to grind and grind, and shit will sort itself out. If it did before, why can't it again, you know?
Yeah. Right.
One of the things that Jake, Pure Noise Jake, told us when we started Easy Out was basically that, like, when you guys are posting online, because for us, Easy Out is a skate punk band, that the reality is that Ryan is like the sole one that was like rooted in skate punk, right? The rest of us, we're like hardcore kids. We're like, you know,
I was rooted in skate punk.
I mean, but most of your like promotion when it came to the internet was always in a hardcore band.
Yeah,
right?
but can you kickflip?
I cannot.
You are not rooting in skate punk.
And so one of the things that Jake told us was like, he's like, just constantly post. He's like, nobody's gonna get sick of you because most of those people aren't even gonna see it. Like, you have a couple thousand followers, 7 of them might see this post this time around, so just keep hammering it. And we're still really bad at it, but just keep hammering that content over and over again, because eventually it's
gonna hit.
It'll hit. And like, kind of same thing with the podcast, social media. Like, we're bad at that too, but you know, just constantly posting clips, constantly posting all this shit, it just drives like. And what's wild about it is, like, with so much content out there, we have posts that'll get like 10,000 views, and then we'll get like 3 people listening to the music out of those 10,000.
Yeah,
right? And then you're like, well, that's still 3 new people.
Exactly.
Right. But the just the way that everybody's algorithms and fucking scrolling works is that, like, yeah, you might post the same thing like 12 times. People that follow you are only going to see it once out of those 12.
Yeah, because of the fucking... It's not a timeline anymore. You're not getting the old Instagram format where you get everything on a timeline. Now, Instagram just decides what you want to see and don't want to see, and when you want to see it and when you don't. And I think, for me, like, the way I try looking at it now, because, like, dude, I'm, like, so rooted, like, old school in my mind. I'm like, dude, fuck the internet. Like,
I hate it so much.
Fuck this shit. Why do I got to use this shit? Like, I like the internet to look at fucking the scores of my sports teams.
Yep.
Fucking a guilty pleasure of mine is watching people play like Madden and shit on YouTube. and lately just seeing people rip Pokemon cards. And that's all I want the internet for. That's all I want the internet for.
Yeah.
But it's like, music is not just sound anymore.
No.
It's all visual. It's all how you appear, who you're appealing to. And it's just like, so I try to tell myself, like, this is just a tool to help you get to where you want to get, to create the music you want to create. And I look at it like that, but it's just like, fuck, dude, it's not easy. So, like, you know, like, I appreciate when people are like, dude, I see you like posting every day and shit. It's like, oh, that's cool. But like, dude, it's like more mentally taxing than you would think. It's like, and for such a simple thing, but it's like, you get caught up in the numbers and like, are people going to say you posted the same thing again? Or like this and that. And like, we have new shit coming, like, and we're working hard behind the scenes, but it's like I said, we're all in different schedules, and to come together and make it happen is hard, but we got new shit, and we got that run in July we're doing, got a few other shows. We're about to announce two bangers, one in LA with maybe somebody in the same room. I don't know.
I love how earlier we said, like, we'll just cut this and then we never actually announced what it was.
Let's do it. Just say it. Just say no.
Am I saying it?
Yeah, let's just fucking say it.
All right. Well, anyways, July 12th, 1720, Circle 6 has a badass Viva la Raza event with luchadors, some lowriders, and live music, which will consist of us, Resist LA, my boy over here in No Bragging Rights, and Desmadre. We'll put the flyer some point this week and come out, dude. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a crazy ass time. We got No Bragging Rights out of retirement for this one.
We're going to post the flyer right here.
Yeah. Right there. But yeah, 1720, July 12th.
That's 12.
Yeah. I mean, it's close enough to the show that they might as well fucking announce it.
Yeah, I feel like.
Well, they announced the wrestling part of it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And, dude, you guys got to check it out because Circle 6 throws the craziest fucking events.
Wild events.
And at 1720, a Brown Pride fucking event. It's fitting that Desmadre, Resist LA, and No Bragging Rights come through.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I have another show at the end of the month in San Diego, and then we have that run. So July's a busy month for us. After that, hopefully you'll start hearing some of the shit. I'll show these guys, but not you guys. Yeah. I'll show you guys a song later.
Inside scoop. Yes. Hell yeah.
And yeah. But yeah, Resist is just me and my shenanigans, and Gene fucking being a supportive fucking band dude and being like, that's dumb, but let's do it.
Did I fucking loved, so I caught you guys at Cool Cat when No Home came through, and No Home are the homies.
Yeah.
And
shout out No Home.
I bought these shorts that day.
You can't see them, but they look real short.
Can't see them, but they're real short.
I'm seeing more than I bargained for.
That's why I have people sit directly across from me,
shorts.
so I can have my nuts right in front of them.
Ooh, after this, I got to tell you my TSA story from yesterday, but yeah.
But so I thought it was hilarious. You were wearing like a vest while you were performing, and you were like, I didn't put on this stupid ass outfit for you guys not to fucking move, so let's go. And I was like, hell yeah.
Dude, it's just me, man. It's just, I'm like
fun,
the
dude.
fucking weird motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
when you like get to like talk to me, like I know I look scary and people are like, dude, that guy fucking looks like an asshole. And I am, don't get me wrong. Like, don't fucking come to me if you don't want to meet me. But like, I'm just so dumb, and I'm just like a fucking Labrador. Like, I'm smart, but I'm dumb. Like, you ever seen a lab? Like, they're smart as shit, but they'll fucking run into something.
Yeah.
That's how I am.
Straight into a wall.
That's how I am. That's just how I am. It works. And like sometimes Gene is like, dude, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, trust me. And he's like, no. I'm like, all right. But then he comes around and he's like, all right, maybe you were right. But most of the time I'm wrong, and he's just like, fuck it, we're gonna roll with it, see what happens.
Hell yeah.
And that's the beauty of like that's the cool parts of being in a band, because being in a band fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's rough.
And it's hard, and it's like so many personalities trying to agree on one thing.
Yep.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
worst.
four boyfriends basically.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
No loving either.
Yeah.
Just all the drama that comes with it. Bunch of toxicos.
There's always that point when you're with a group of like 5 dudes, right? Like, and it could be at the most random of times,
I've never been in a group of 5 dudes.
and you're like,
Just for the record.
everybody's sweaty and everybody.
Whoa.
Then you turn around and you just look at somebody and you're like, I fucking hate you.
Yep.
Just fucking hate. I just hate you right now. I don't want to fucking deal with you.
It's just, no, for me, it was one of those things where I'd have to like catch myself, where like I'd get annoyed by like someone in my band just talking,
Oh, dude.
and I'd be like, why does that annoy me?
Dude, me and David at Mothersound years ago, I don't know what he did, but he pissed me off bad. And like, he knew he pissed me off, so he wasn't talking to me. Yeah. And we're on tour. So we're like on tour, like, and I remember one day we were in Oxford, Mississippi, playing a house show. We're at the front in the driveway, and he said something. I was like, excuse me? And he's like, what? I'm like, you say something? He's like, no. I'm like, I was like, yeah, you did. And he's like, no. And like, you could just feel the tension burning. And I'm like, what's up then? He's like, oh, for real? And I'm like, yeah. And then we just duke it out right there.
Hell yeah.
Before the show started, just throw hammers at each other. I got him with one good shot, and I am glad I got him because he's like 6'5", huge dude. I saw his big ass hand coming at my face, and I was like, I got one move, or this fool's gonna knock me out.
This is it.
I just got him right in the sternum. And he was like, ugh, and it just that was it. After that, we hugged it out and just kept moving.
Okay.
And like,
Dude, hell yeah.
like you don't understand those moments until you're in a band and you travel across the country and it's the middle of summer and you're like, dude, fuck this guy, fuck that guy. I hate you the least, but I still hate you. And let's keep going. Dude, it's such a real thing. It's crazy. And then you get home and you don't see each other for a couple of days and you're like, dude, I miss you.
Yeah.
But deep down you're like, I don't fucking miss you. Like, fuck you, you know?
Is that like I'm so used to you being around that I need you here, but I don't want to be around you. Don't fucking talk to me.
You come together after like not seeing each other. It's good to see you.
It's like, it's a toxic ass relationship.
Yep.
But dude, like,
It's so funny.
but when you guys mesh and play music together and perform, and you know that the energy is the same from everyone in the group, there's just like, that adds to the high of playing music.
Yeah.
It's legit like family shit. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I'm fucking pissed at you, but then it turn around like if anybody fucks with you, I'm also gonna fuck them up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my brother, but still, you know.
Like, only I beat your ass. No one else is gonna beat your ass.
We have times where like tensions would be high because someone got mad about something or someone didn't drive long enough or something, and then like you play the show and the show goes off. You're in the middle of nowhere. You don't expect the show to be what it was. It goes off and then it's just like all's forgiven.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Like, you're like, why was I mad at you?
Yeah, you forget. You're like, oh yeah, whatever.
Dude, it's such a real thing, and it's funny because like, as I've gotten older and I like share my experiences with people, they're like, oh, dude, it's exactly how I feel. And it's like,
Yeah.
at least I'm not the only one, because I thought I was crazy for a little bit. Because dude, there's like, here's another story. I just went to my friend Jay's wedding in Austin, and when he lived in Texas, he lived in a little apartment right behind Buc-ee's. Shout out Buc-ee's.
Hell yeah.
He would always let us stay at his house. He would always buy all the merch we had. One of my fucking bestest friends I've ever met on tour. We're staying at his house in New Braunfels, and I wake up in the morning and I'm like, dude, it's time for me to use the bathroom. Everyone's used the bathroom. I'm gonna go brush my teeth and get ready to go. David walks in. Me and David have like the craziest stories. Like, ugh, dude, I hate that guy, but I love that guy. Like, the hate and love for him is so real. I'm brushing my teeth, and he busts in the door. He's like, dude, I got to shit. I'm like, well, fuck you. I'm brushing my teeth. Like, the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
He's like, no. And he just sits down. And I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm mid brushing my teeth and shit. Fool just lays a nasty ass fart. And like I said, I'm a lab. I don't know why my first thought was, well, now I'm a Rikishi this fool. So I pull my pants down and try to jump on him while he's taking a shit. And he pushes me. And I like grab onto the wall and I snap the towel holder. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And all I hear is, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I turn around and he's on the floor. The toilet is broken. All the water is just coming like rushing.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, you did that? He's like, no, you did that.
What'd you do?
And I'm like, fuck you mean I did that? You did that. You were sitting down. And then Josie walks in and he's like, what the fuck? And then Jay, the owner of the house, walks in. He was like, well, time to call fucking HOA. Tell them I need a new toilet. And Josie's like so mad. He's like, dude, I'll fuck you up right now. And I'm like, all right, let's go then. And like, we go outside, but we don't like fight or anything. But it's like those moments where it's like, I know Josie fucking in those like in that like day wanted to beat my ass so bad. Yeah. And I know David wanted to beat my ass. And I was just the one that was the guy in the wrong, but I just want to brush my teeth.
Yeah.
That fool could have waited a little longer.
I've definitely shit in front of multiple members of the band just Because there's only room for just one small bathroom.
I just can't handle shit. That's my problem. like I'll see that shit and throw up. I can't handle it. So I'm like brushing my teeth, and this fool just lays a mean ass one. And that was my first thought, was to just go Rikishi him, and here we are,
dude. I one of the times that I thought Dallas and I were gonna end our friendship. I don't think I've ever told this on the podcast.
You said it, he was on.
What?
He was on.
Did I actually tell the story? I don't know if we cut it.
Fact check this man right now.
So maybe I told it on his episode, but we were on tour. He was doing merch for us, and he was kind of like along for the ride.
Okay.
You know, and
those are the worst, by the way.
Yeah. The night before, we had partied in somewhere in, I think, Oregon, and we got fucked up. And he was worse for wear the next morning. I'm not gonna say all the shit he got into. He was worse for wear the next morning, like in the back of the van, laying down, like shivering, just sweating, and
straight alcohol poisoning.
Like, dude, like probably should have been in a hospital. Like,
I have a story after this. Yeah.
So we are parked in the city. We're in the van, and Jake had gone up for a meeting with Rise Records. The rest of us were sitting in the van. And I used to have this tendency to just get naked.
Oh, me too.
You know? Yeah, just
I love getting naked on tour.
there's a shot that was taken from the back of the van with me naked, but with my feet up on the like bench in front of me, just texting, so you can't see my dick,
shit.
but like. And like outside the windows, it's just like Portland, right?
Oh, that's beautiful.
But so like, you know, we're in this tour, so I hadn't showered in like 3 days. I'm just disgusting. Dude. Dallas is in the back fighting for his life, and I just get naked and I crawl into the back and I just lay down next to him and fucking hug him, just like start cradling him, and he's just like shaking. He goes, "I love you to death, but I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking punch you in the dick if you don't let go of me right now." He's like, "You smell so fucking bad." He's like, "I can feel your fucking nuts on me. Get the fuck off of me." And I was like, "Chill out, man. It's fine. Everything's fine." He's like, "Get the fuck off."
It's just me, Casper.
I thought, like, had I stayed maybe like 38 seconds longer, I would have fist fight. And I would have been naked and at a severe disadvantage. So I crawled back over the fucking seats and put my boxers on. That was all bad.
Dude, for a little bit, it was like an ongoing joke that every time I got naked, something good would happen. Because I got naked once, and then I happened to get a text, and it was like, Solid State Records was interested in the project, and I was like, well, this is awkward. I'm fucking naked on our way to a show in Vegas, and here's Solid State. And I mean, that never panned out.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It's because you put your clothes back on.
Exactly. So that was like a running joke that every time I got naked, like something good would happen. But I don't think they correlate at all, honestly.
Not crazy if it works, man.
Nobody seems excited when I'm naked. Just comes
I
with the
don't know.
territory.
We'll see what happens one day, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe we both end up naked.
Man, good things, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. The energy shifts, and then good things happen for you. Then no one wants to see me naked.
Yeah.
And then, back to my TSA story.
Oh yeah.
So I've never had this happen to me before. You guys tell me if it happened to you, but so we were at TSA, and they're like, "Don't empty any bags or anything. Just take everything out of your pockets and throw it in the container." I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Throw it in there. Go on the thing. Put my hands up. It scans me. It flagged me. It said I had something sharp in my crotch area. I wish I was kidding.
No
So the
way.
TSA guy's like, "I'm gonna need you to either step aside and we're gonna do a private search unless you don't mind me searching you here." And I'm like, "Dude, I ain't got anything. Like, go ahead." And I haven't been patted down like that ever in my life.
Like full thorough.
Ever.
Like, yeah.
Like the dude like split my balls and like checked me like thoroughly. Like
what?
thoroughly, dude. And I was just like
somewhere.
damn, like what the hell? And they didn't find anything. So
I've never been checked that
that
thoroughly.
was
Yeah.
that was gnarly.
Did you get a boner?
I wish I did.
Did you come?
I wish I did. It would
Imagine TSA's checking you. And you're like,
I did.
just a quick one.
Just that as soon as they started, you just.
I did.
You said put my hands up, right?
No, he made me hold my shorts. He said, hold your shorts so they don't fall down. I'm like, okay. And then he was doing it. So, and I was like, this is intense. And I was like, just to make him feel awkward, I was like, you better stop. I'm kind of starting to like it.
You like go to pet his head. Like, don't touch me.
But
Dude,
yeah.
I used to travel a lot, and like after like 9/11, basically because of my last name, I would always get flagged for like additional inspection.
What's your last name?
Alsaybar.
I thought it was Akbar.
Yeah, it's Al-Shabaab.
Oh, Shabbat, dude.
Yeah. So I like my last name would constantly get like flagged for additional security screenings, and and to the point where I knew, like, and I would just be
Sometimes
like,
you know,
okay,
yeah.
cool, yeah, whatever. And they would like pull you into a whole ass other room and swab down all your shit and like run it in that little test, and I'm like, what if I went shooting this weekend? Like, but not, luckily nothing ever happened, but. Never had my balls separated.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude.
That's wild.
I felt like, those metal toys where you like split them and they start coming back and forth. I thought that was about to happen. I swear to you, I thought that shit was going to be swinging in my pants.
Start like folding it
I
into
know,
shapes
dude.
and stuff.
He's like, well, I'm down here.
It was scary.
Do you want to cough and look left?
We call this one the cheeseburger.
And we were in Texas, so
Oh, yeah.
it was hot up in that joint.
Everything's moist. Just humidity.
Cannot confirm nor deny.
Got some questions.
Let's do it.
Questions.
Fun one.
That's scary.
Got a couple.
So these are all from our buddy Chris. He asked, who's going to win the World Series?
Oh, come on, baby. What team does he like?
I don't know.
He watches baseball.
Yeah.
I'm going to look straight into the camera. We're going back to back, baby. Dodgers all day. We have 30 pitchers injured right now, but don't be scared. We're coming for that chip. You heard me?
Dude, we probably get Ohtani back to pitch.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. They're saying like he's inaccurate as shit, but it's like, well, no shit. He hasn't thrown in 2 years.
Yeah, it's got Tommy John, man.
But he's throwing in like the mid-90s already, so he'll be fine. Dodgers, next question.
All right. Are dad bods more popular than fit bods?
See, I'm an in-betweener because I don't want this dad bod. It's just there.
I was just gifted this.
I be busting my ass in the gym like 4 times a week, 5 times a week, do my cardio, but I will not say no to a cheeseburger. I will not say no to cookies. So that's my problem. Like, if I just like, then maybe I'd be less dad body. But you know what? Dad bods are in. Ask the women, but I'm pretty sure dad bods are in.
You know what? They say that they like the dad bod. I don't believe it. I think it's just the correct thing to say.
No, and if they don't like it, then tell us. Be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to cuddle with you, and I'll be like, all right, you know what? At least I know I have good taste in food.
Yeah, at least you know you're going to eat good with me,
Yeah,
right?
you're gonna eat real good. Man, you don't even have a dad bod. Get out of here. None of you guys do.
Dude, I feel like I do.
Everyone touches their panzas and shit. Come on. Next question, baby.
He said, what's your current music playlist?
You want to know what's crazy? I don't really listen to music, man.
That's not
that crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
But like for people, it is because they're like, well, then how are you a musician? It's like
Because you get inspired by everything else.
by random shit.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of guy that works out at the gym with no headphones.
That's crazy.
No headphones, whatever random shit they're playing in the background, it is what it is.
You wear
My
pants
size
and
to
boots?
climb.
Huh?
You wear pants and boots?
I do wear pants and boots. Not to the gym though, but I do wear pants and boots. I guess you know what's crazy is I've kind of been going back to my roots. I've been listening to a lot more like old school corridos and shit like that my dad would listen to, and like I'll just be there as a little kid being like, damn, this is sick, you know?
Yeah.
Like the newer stuff, like it's
It's not as gangster.
It's gangster in a weird way. Like it's not hard. Like those corridos are like, I just fucking went across the goddamn plains and shot some fools just to kiss you. You know, it's like, damn, that's badass. I want to do that for my wife. You know what I'm saying? And the ones now are like, I wear skinny jeans. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Skinny jeans.
but outside of that, like honestly, like if something just pops up and it sounds good, I will listen to it, and I will fucking obsess over it for like a good like 2 weeks. Then I'm like, all right, next.
Yeah, play it out.
Yeah.
That's how, dude. I think I'm past my. What's her name?
Chaperone.
Chaperone.
I never got into Chaperone. Great music, but I never like obsessed over it.
I found it super hard.
Do you have a Chaperone shirt?
I don't.
I'm gonna buy you one if you wear it at the show.
Ooh.
Do it.
A cropped shirt.
Oh man.
Dude. I don't have the body for that, man.
I don't either. I'd be wearing crop shirts on stage.
Fair. Chaperone shirt. XL.
Just say yes.
Oh, you want to know what my plan is? I don't know if I'm gonna pull through with it, but because it's lucha night and it's Viva la Raza night, and my guitar player is fucking looks like Esqueleto,
Dude, standing leg
I'm
kick,
gonna go
dude.
dress like Nacho Libre,
Fuck yeah.
dude. Oh, please do.
And have him, dude.
and I want him to dress like Esqueleto, but he's too scared. Julian, you better do it, motherfucker. But I'm gonna, even if he doesn't do it, I'm pretty sure I'm going as Nacho Libre.
Fuck yeah.
You know what's awesome is people don't know that's based on a real life story.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Priest.
It's a real priest, dude.
Yeah.
That fool's badass.
Yep.
He had all the ladies.
That movie, I love just I don't know why, but just like when they show like their like special moves for standing leg kick.
Yeah.
It's like
The anaconda squeeze.
I'm gonna be squeezing on stage. But imagine people know me for that stupid hump that I do in the song. Imagine me doing that with that Nacho Libre outfit. Easiest way to get
Dude,
canceled
that-
right there.
or his like casual date outfit.
Oh, I can't do that one. I have to
The
go.
light blue. And
I have to go
chain.
full stretchy pants, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stretchy pants, no shirt, mask comes off, wear a fro wig. Because I ain't got hair.
Dude, if you did that shit, then I guess I could wear
Chaperone.
Yeah. That's awesome.
What else you got for me?
All right. Something you like to eat, but makes you run to the toilet.
Ooh, damn. They want to get personal with me. Oh, you know what's crazy? In Texas, I just had Terry Black's. Fucking one of the best barbecues I ever had in my life. Immediately.
Immediately.
Was like, I'll be right back.
So, do you think it's because of like just the food, or think how much you ate?
I didn't even eat that much. I think it's the heat plus fucking,
Yeah.
like that meat, the smoked meat hits you different than just
Yeah,
like
it does.
searing meat or like grilling it. Like
Those meat sweats.
that
so-
shit,
it's so tender
fatty
and fatty.
tender. Like I was just like, but outside of that, I'm trying to think of what I avoid that like does that to me.
Oh man.
Hey, Jesse, what time does Cornerstone close tonight?
What's Cornerstone?
It's, the local barbecue spot that we're homies with.
It's for real. It's really good.
Is it real?
It's real.
Bro, I just had real Texas barbecue. You got to come with
It's
it.
a little-
It's
it's-
real.
Isn't this dude from Texas?
No,
No, he's from
I don't think so. He's from out here.
Oh fuck. There's like two more things that like every time I eat it, I'm just done. I can't think of it right now
I don't.
because I don't really eat like shit anymore. I used to.
If I want to fuck up everyone's night, for me, it's like I usually want to get ice cream.
Yeah.
Ice cream would do it for me, but I don't really like ice cream like that.
Really, dude. I don't. And then my wife found this. I don't even know what it is, but I like fucking. I almost. It's like the first time in my life where I'm like, I need to stop.
It's like a chocolate peanut butter cup thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
I was like,
love
can you stop
Reese's.
this.
I think maybe
This room
Actually-
just went heavy breathing.
actually-
like all four
actually,
of us.
actually, fuck, dude, food is crazy, bro. This body ain't made for no reason. There's certain Mexican food that will like fuck you up, like certain taco stands. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't know the quality of meat and shit, that shit will boom.
Mystery.
But I'm pretty good because I'm fucking raza and shit. But
Yeah, dude.
sometimes that shit will fuck you up.
And you toured, so I feel like when you tour, if like your stomach just
Yeah, it builds some
yeah,
shit.
'cause it's like doesn't know what the fuck's coming down. So like, it just gets good at
That
like
shit,
fighting
that shit's just
everything.
ready for war, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, but that is the worst when you're like on the road, miles ahead of you,
Only- yeah.
and you're like, oh fuck, I got to shit.
Only once ever on tour did our band get food poisoning,
Oh, it's the worst.
It's
I got
wild.
it. I got it once in my life.
dude. And we fucking ruined do you remember the band Within the Ruins?
Yeah.
We ruined their house, dude. Like
Fuck yeah, dude. Sorry.
we had to. Dude, it was
They were within the ruins.
such a dude. Sorry guys again, but like we like destroyed their sinks.
Damn, their sinks?
dude. Yeah, because
You
like,
guys are shitting on the
throwing
sinks?
up.
dude, somebody would be like shitting.
Yeah.
And then like for me, I felt bad, dude. I was like, I'm so sorry, and like I like projectiled into their sink.
Oh, you should have.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was rough, dude. I remember that next night I had like a toilet. I had a trash can on stage.
Just yakking it up on
yeah,
stage. Dude, I got food poisoning once on tour, and I hope it's the last time.
Yeah.
Dude, so we were driving from, where were we? Somewhere in Georgia to Florida. We stayed the night, and they were like, it's going to be severe storms the next day. We were like, but it looks so beautiful. We stayed the night. Woke up in the morning, started driving. Fucking the sky went from clear to this musty green.
Yeah.
Phone starts going off. Tornado warning.
Oh fuck.
My fucking drummer at the time's crying. Like, pull over. So he pulls over. We're at this fucking gas station. You just see the fucking thing. It goes away, it clears up. And everyone's like, well, we're not driving. And I'm like, we have to get to our next spot.
Yeah. The storm's
So
gone.
then I fucking start driving. Warning again. We pull over again. And we didn't even go like 10 miles. Goes away. Start driving again. It's me again. Another fucking 5 miles. Warning again. Pull over. And the guy at the gas station's like, we don't want your kind here. So then I was like, all right, fuck it, man. And I just kept going. And I'm like driving. And I see the tornado like coming behind me. And I'm like, well, you got to keep going and see what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
And we make it. This is where I fucked up, is we get to this Walmart. I go in the Subway, and I'm like, sorry, I knocked your camera down.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, you just moved it to the side. We'll move it back.
My fault. And, dude, I fucking go into
Get
that
closer
Subway.
to Mike like this.
Hell yeah.
We just share the shot.
I go into that Subway, and I get a tuna sandwich like a dumbass.
Oof.
After the stress of driving, done. I'm in that fucking van, sweating, like crying, shivering. I can't use the bathroom. Like I needed to, but I couldn't because like I had nothing left in my system.
Yeah.
And I was sick as fuck for like 4 days and performed like that.
Yeah.
You want to fix this joint real quick?
Yeah.
What else you got for me? You got anything else for me?
I got a question from Shanza.
What's up with Shanza?
He said,
Shout out Shanza.
Do it be clapping?
What's clapping? What exactly is clapping?
Apparently you're nuts.
They were. They were going boom, boom, boom. I mean, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one because that one's scary. But sure, man, it'd be clapping, I guess.
They be clapping.
It'd be clapping.
I got another one.
Yeah, this was pulling questions out of the woo-ha.
I know.
So this one's interesting. This is from a buddy Ryan. He said thoughts on new Turnstile LP.
Oof.
Who's made a bigger impact for hardcore, Knock Loose or Turnstile?
Ooh.
Damn, this fool, I'm gonna get hated on for this one. Turnstile new LP. I've listened to the first couple singles. I haven't listened to the full album yet. Fucking love Turnstile.
Mm-hmm.
That Glow On album was a game changer in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as bigger impact, I'm gonna say both, because they both impacted the niche of metal in different ways.
Right.
I mean, Turnstile went on tour with Blink-182, Knock Loose, and Turnstile. They've played on Fallon, Saturday Night, like SNL, like all those night shows and stuff. I think they should both be respected. And, you know, some people say they're hardcore, some people say they're not hardcore, but they both are paving the way for a band like me, or a band like you guys have been doing it to have another chance to really, you know, take that next step and be able to do music and live comfortably and like still chase that dream, you know? Because like this is a dying art, man. People aren't really playing live music with instruments anymore. Like,
dude, have you seen any of the footage from like, you know, every time I think it's Nam that does like the wall of sound, the big like Marshall cab, it's like hundreds of them. And a lot of these guitar players now who are getting endorsements are like jamming in their bedroom.
yeah.
So like they're used to like a very controlled studio environment where they can like write and record and play their music, and like the songs are sick. They're putting out dope ass music, but then they get on stage and they have to play with these loud ass amps rather than like a computer, and it's like they're like timid playing in front of those amps, and it's like some dudes get up there and they just like do a couple chugs like and then that's kind of it. And then, you know, you have other dudes that have like done live music before and they have this behind them, they're shredding, and you could totally tell a majority of these people are not used to playing in a live setting with like actual amps behind them.
Yeah, it's a dying art that not many people want to venture into because social media doesn't like makes it easy to like be at home and like fucking blow up and make fucking crazy money, and
You don't even have to tour.
you don't. Yeah, and that's crazy. Like why that's like the coolest part about being in a band is touring.
Yeah.
Like touring and the 30 minutes you get on that stage, like that high is unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah.
And it makes it worth chasing every single time. And I think that's like part of the dream that like gets lost is like the why you do it.
Yeah.
People don't remember why they do it or what they're willing to sacrifice to do it, you know? Like I fucking spend so much of my time, my money, like every second that goes by, like I'm thinking of how or what I can do to move the needle just a little bit, not even like push through all the way, but just move the needle up a little bit. And it's like that really gets lost because some people don't know why they play music. They just they're gifted or they're just doing it because they can. And like the people that like do it because that was what they wanted to do when they were little kids. Like I wanted one of two things. I wanted to be a fucking baseball player or I wanted to play music.
Yeah.
And baseball died as soon as I got my first girlfriend in high school because I was like, man, women and music is where it's at. So that dream died real quick. But the music dream at 32, you know, at a point where like most people have their life figured out or know where they're at in their career and shit, I'm still pushing to get that needle to move a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So that maybe one day I can do what I love and come home and provide for the bills and shit. Yeah. And that's it. I'm not trying to get famous. I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to be the next big thing. I just want to be able to travel, play my music, and come home and pay the bills. And that's it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that there's a lot of like, especially when you're younger and you start playing music, there's a lot of like your identity that gets intertwined with what you do. Mm-hmm. Right? Like for a long time, it was like, well, if I'm not in front of a band screaming, like then who am I? You know?
I still feel like that to this day.
Yeah. And
I'm 32, man.
And it's like, at what point in time do you like start to realize like the music is like an extension of you, but it's not all of you. You know what I mean? Like, and for some dudes, it's all of them. Like, there's nothing else to them other than like, this is what I do. And for other people, there's like, you know, you're starting to see a shift where it's like, oh, well, I also like, yes, I play in this punk rock band, but I also build fucking hot rods, you know? And like, you're seeing these guys like just find their niche and find like, I guess where they, you know, belong. And then the music is just like an outlet. Which is cool too.
Like my best friend Josie, he the guy I started Mothersound with, like he's incredible musician, super talented guitar player, so talented at music. He's the guy that plays drums for us when we have home shows and shit. He's got a full career. He's a English professor at a high school and has his master's and will probably go back for his doctorate because him and his wife love education and they love what they can provide for the younger generation through teaching. And music for him is like, it's cool, but it's not his life.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, dude, I love you, but this is my life.
Yeah.
And I think we both understand that mutually, and that's why we get along so well. And that's why, like, there's no hard feelings, like, when Mothersound broke up, because, like, dude, I'm so proud of him.
Get it.
Like, I hope, like, you know, the next chapter of his life, hopefully there's kids and a house, and he can build that studio that he wants, and he could fucking just record bands for the hell of it, because he can.
Yeah.
And, like, for me, like, what I want is I want to fucking get on the road and fucking go with my guys and grind this shit out.
It's funny because that's Get the Shot announced that they're moving forward without their singer.
Oh shit!
Whoa.
Did you not
That's
know
crazy,
that?
Oh,
bro.
no.
It was like two weeks ago. Get the Shot announced.
That's that
they're-
Canadian band, right?
They're parting ways with their vocalist. He's a teacher, and essentially what it boiled down to was they wanted to pursue more shows, more tours, more with the band, and his teaching schedule didn't allow that. So they didn't want to only do tours like during the summertime when he's off, or like during the set times when they know that he was available. And the fans were pissed. I mean, like the comments were like,
half of that band's identity is the front man.
yeah. I mean, he's
That's a
like
crazy move.
the image, everything. So and they're like, yeah, our guitar player's going to take over on vocals. And I'm like, okay, we'll see how this goes. Like, I think you're better off getting a dedicated frontman and like somebody that has like not the same image, but like.
Well, there was this band where their singer quit, and so the guitar player took over on vocals, and they're still doing pretty rad. Comeback Kid.
That's true.
But also, actually, that's not fair because Andrew was also the vocalist for Figure 4.
Yeah.
Before Comeback Kid. So.
Yeah. And so I don't know what this guitar player's vocal history is, but
You might rip it. You never know, man.
I mean, I went from playing bass in my project in Mothersound. I was the original bass player.
yeah.
And I just was not happy with any of the vocals. So
That's like how
on my
vocalists-
drive to college, I would force myself to learn. Like every day, I would drive to college, scream, drive back, scream, and then one day I just did it, and they were like, "What the heck?" And I'm like, "I'm the new vocalist, bro. I don't know what to tell you."
Yeah.
Give me
And that was the
give me
start.
mic.
That was the
Give me
start.
fucking mic.
Yeah.
And 12 years later, I'm still doing this fucking thing, and not sad about it. I'm fucking stoked every time I get to do it.
Heck yeah. Well, and it's like that's what makes music so interesting, and why, like, you know, there's some bands where that, like, you know, they take off, or bands that just have like longevity where they've been around for a long time, and then some like really good bands that like they put out an album and then they're gone, or they put out an album and you don't even hear that they've played, because it's just hard to find that balance of like finding, you know, like-minded guys that want to do music. Like everyone has the same vision.
Yeah.
You know, it took for NBR, it took us a long time to find guys that were like real about like, we want to get out of like the IE. Like we want to get out of California. We want to like do shit, even though none of us knew how to do it. But it's like guys are always down to like, yeah, like I want to do this. Like and then when like it starts to pick up and like shows are happening, and it's like, yo, we have the show booked, and then someone's like, oh, well, it's my friend's birthday party. And it's like,
Sorry, bud.
That just gave me the goddamn ick.
yeah. So it was like
shit.
it was like that in like the early days, and then finally we like got to the point where we were all like on the same page, where we were like, I'm willing to like leave everything behind and like be committed to this 100%. Like miss birthdays, funerals, everything.
Yeah, dude.
And then we had that, and that, you know, those dudes we went for, you know, a long time, and it was just everyone was so on board. There was never once where it was like, you know, we do like a small run, and we come back and it's like, hey, we just got offered to do this, and we have to leave in like 2 days. It's like, all right,
That's
And
the
it-
dream, man.
yeah,
That's the fucking dream. But it's hard. It's hard because life is still a thing, you know? And
Especially the older you get.
yeah, dude. It's fucking. Then, you know, then kids get involved. Like, you have a family, and like. Then how do you balance that? Like, oh, fuck, sorry, I'm missing my son's first birthday.
Yeah.
It's hard, but dude, it's doable. And if you have the dream, like, anyone that's watching this that's younger or thinking about it, or even like fucking our age, like not just music, but just the dream. Like, I mean, at this point, just do it. Like, we have one of these lives, and we just gotta fucking do it. And like, nothing's guaranteed except death. So until you get there, just fucking do it, man. And like, you know, my friend Tommy lives his life like he doesn't have tomorrow, and I look up to that a lot. You know, like, that guy's fucking crazy. Yeah. If you guys ever meet that guy, he's a fucking insane motherfucker. But that's one thing that I'm so jealous of, is that he lives every single day like it's his fucking last day on this planet. And at the end of the day, when he goes to sleep, he's happy with what he accomplished.
Sick.
Wow.
So, like, it's just like taking a little bit of that, not even to like an extreme, because, like, you know, there's different levels. But like, if you have a dream, like, just do it. Like, especially in this day and age, like with social media and shit. Like, if you have a real dream, like, you can do it. Like, you don't need anyone except the internet, and maybe save a little bit of money and just fucking go for it.
Yeah.
That's it. But
No.
also, maybe don't listen to me because my band's not doing anything. So I don't know. I could be giving you wrong advice. So,
Well, let's do the mental health check.
Also, don't listen to me either, because what did I say? Oh, I said something today to my fan. Oh, I said don't listen to anything I say, because on one hand, when I talk about AI, I'm like, dude,
it's fucking scary.
It's fucking evil. They're using it to like get our information, get our faces. You know, I feel like there's a weird element of like something like kind of like crazy and evil in it. But also at the same time, I'm following like a raccoon AI account. And
This
I have
guy,
like,
oh my-
And you use ChatGPT for your shit.
ChatGPT.
Dude.
So do not listen to anything I say.
That's the one thing. As soon as I start using ChatGPT, it's over. It's over. I haven't gotten there yet, but as soon as I start using it,
Don't do it, dude.
The
I'm not going to.
only AI thing I use is the like AI image generators, because I'm not great at like Photoshop. So I'll like put prompts in to figure out like art, and then I'll build off of that.
Ties.
Oh, that reminds me. I gotta use my ChatGPT for the show for LA for the Walking Blind website.
you see this?
Yeah.
They're talking about AI, and here they are using AI.
Well,
I know.
so we when NBR was touring, we put together these cards basically that would have like mental health resources within what was it, 10 miles, 15 miles,
30 miles.
30 miles,
30 miles of every venue that No Bragging Rights plays.
yeah.
Okay.
It has resources for mental health services, food pantries, shelters, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
It's
so,
fucking beautiful.
so it has like a QR code that you can scan. Also, like has links to the show and stuff. And then, so what we did was we made these cards with a QR code that you could go to essentially walkingblind.pod.com, and then each show would have like a blog listing with all the dates and all the information. And the first time around, he spent weeks compiling all this information, looking everything up. And then one day he comes in, he's like, dude, I just found out I can just ask ChatGPT to get us all that information, and it's right fucking there.
See, it took me weeks. That's badass.
It took
So shit like that, I'm like, all right.
I would go on and I would like put in an address of the venue, have to find the venue, get the zip code, and then I'd be like, all right, mental health services. So I'd have to like put the address and find mental health services, and then I'd get their email and their phone number, put it down. It took me forever.
And then food banks.
And then
like,
I don't even know how, but I was like, it's like you can ask ChatGPT to do this and that. So then I would like basically just say, ChatGPT, please find me the phone number, address, and whatever within 30 miles and rank them like the best ones. And so I did that, and then it would like give me a list, and I was just like,
Yeah, but that takes the fun out of searching for it.
No,
I'm just
I like
kidding.
to think it gave me
For
more
your
time.
mental health,
Yeah, my mental
maybe
health.
it's worth it.
yeah.
Dude, I felt so like, because I was like talking so much shit on that kind of stuff, and then I was just like, it's very helpful.
Do you have any more of those cards? Or are they lost somewhere in Australia?
No, remember we got them back.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Remember we got them shipped back,
Do
dude.
those QR codes still work? 'Cause
They
I
gotta
think-
be.
I feel like we stopped paying for the QR codes because
Did we?
Yeah.
Maybe
it's like $120 a year.
Is it? Fuck.
That's not that bad.
Maybe fire it back up. We got
Not when your podcast generates negative
Yeah.
300 something.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
we lose money.
we lose a lot of money in this show.
Um,
We do it for the mental health.
I feel like if I don't ask Tron, because either Tron has them or I might have them.
Like
in the
just
back.
ask
Ask ChatGPT. They'll find it.
Yeah, ask ChatGPT where they are. Dude, we I like rush ordered all these like cards, like made sure they were cut, like designed them, whatever, and then fucking gave them to Mike before the Australia tour, and he he forgot them.
Dude, I just
We'll do my hat like Mike right now.
forgot them, dude.
He forgot them, and then
They're rad, dude. They're like these awesome cards. I was so excited. I had them. I had a huge stack of them going to Australia. I don't even know what I did with them. Had them on my bed, and I just fucking forgot them. I get out to the first show, and I'm like, "The fuck, where are they?"
and then you had them drop shipped, right?
Yeah, dude, I had them like shipped off to like me like halfway through the Australia tour, getting them sent out there, and then we missed the day. Or I forget. No, something happened. Like I missed the date. Like it just didn't get there in time, or got, and then it like was just like gone, and then I got them back in time for the
The Born Dead
tour.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't be like Mike. Don't forget your stuff.
So yeah, that was fun.
Ask ChatGPT to pack for you next time. This guy, man, every time he leaves for somewhere. Hey, have you left yet? Are you gonna swing by my house by any chance?
Hey, I'd be doing that too, low key. I'd be doing that too, low key. I don't know why.
Those fucking posters.
We got MBR. We got sent some posters that we had from like I think when Cycles came out, so 2012, whatever. We just had a bunch that like these big ass posters. Like how big?
They were 24 by 36 posters. They were this
God
big,
damn.
and they're just a heavy ass box.
Heavy box, dude. And so we had just announced. Oh no, it was the show. So we're like
Chain.
It was Chain. We had done like a weekend in Pacific Northwest, which kind of in a way ended up being a farewell for Daniel. He wanted to play like where he had been living, and then we decided, you know what? It's like we got offered this Australian tour. Like we can't just go straight to Australia not having done something here. So we're like we'll play Chain and then we'll do a Vegas show. And so I was just so excited for the day. We're playing Chain Reaction and playing Chain forever. I forgot the posters. And so I'm at Chain Reaction. I'm like,
Mind you, these posters are so old that 3 of the members on the posters were not even in the band anymore.
Hell yeah. That's the way to do it.
yeah,
Vintage, homie.
yeah, collectors, dude, the collectors. And so I'm like, did you leave yet? Can you stop by the house? And so he brought it, dude. They were such a pain. They were such a pain. Like they're so big and like weird to carry. The box was like broken. And
I
so,
was holding them in front of Chain, and the security guard was like, "Are you here with the band?" I'm like, "With no bragging rights," and he's like he's like arguing with me, like, "Are you in the band?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm holding this fucking thing," and then the box broke.
Oh,
And then they just fell on the floor. There's a line of people in front of Chain watching me fucking struggle to hold this box.
What a nerd, dude.
And then they fucking fell on the ground. And the guy's just looking at me, like, picking them up. And I'm like, just fucking let me inside, dude. Just brought him inside. Got rid of like 3 of them.
we couldn't
Where they at
get
now?
rid of them, dude.
The Soma dumpster. Dude, at
if you're
the,
in San Diego,
at the Soma show that they played, I was just telling kids, like, you have a free poster. The only thing that we ask is that you turn it into a sword and smoke somebody in the mosh pit with it. And then if it fucks up your poster, come back, I'll give you another
New one, dude. I was like,
did people do it?
Yeah, we were just rolling up
dude,
posters and handing them to him, and then there was still half the stack
there's
left.
so
at the
many.
end.
I would take them, I'd like rip them in half and just use like a tiny piece of them, like the cassette list. I was like using them for
fucking
nothing.
hilarious.
Like if I had to do any kind of math, I'm like, just use it. It's like
How
a
much
big
we're
ass
getting
scratch
paid for
paper,
that?
then throw it away.
Yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah, at the end, the rest of them just ended up in the dumpster because we were like, we're not taking these anywhere.
And with that, because that had a toll on our mental health. Mental health check. We like to check in weekly, see where we're at mentally. That way, if things are going well, what's going on in our lives that is keeping us in a good place. And if things aren't going so well, what are we doing or neglecting to do that is keeping us in a funk? So Would you like to go first?
Sure. I just got back from vacation, so I'm chilling.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess before that, just your day-to-day stresses, like fucking bills, the band, working out, just the normal shit. Honestly, before we left, I got like this weird like wave of anxiety on the plane and flying through on my way to Texas. Like, man, I'm about to just drop dead right now from a heart attack.
Dude.
But that was just like weird anxiety. Like the day I turned 30, like I got these waves of anxiety that would hit me on and off. And like now I can differentiate when like something's wrong with me or like it is anxiety. And like it's weird how crippling that shit can be. And like, dude, there was days where I was like, fuck, like I'm just gonna die right here in the grocery store.
Yeah.
I would have to like walk out. But I've learned, just better habits, changing the diet a little bit helped. It's weird how food and health and mental health all correlate.
Yep.
But just coming back from Texas, like I feel great. I'm rejuvenated and just ready to just take on whatever the next month has before we jam on July 12th with no bragging rights and desmadre. I am a walking ad. Sue me. What about you guys? How are you guys feeling?
I think I'm good. I had a oddly stressful week for my work, but it ended up I feel like I'm in a good place. I've had just little stresses here and there, but singing for me is like it's like very therapeutic for me.
Okay.
And so I get to do it a lot in the truck that I drive.
Hell yeah.
It has a good sound system. We like to joke here that I don't have a sound system in my car.
There's not a joke about it. You don't.
I have a speaker. I have a
It's a little Bluetooth JBL Wonder Boom thing.
His way.
yeah.
I was like,
How
why
old is your truck, fool?
Well, no, it's in my actual car. I have my Toyota Camry, which isn't that old, but my stereo doesn't work, so I have
let's
that.
just change the head unit out.
Dude, how much is that?
Couple $100.
Don't add more stress to him. He's already stressed.
Yeah, but the truck that I drive for my work has a 6 sound system, so I go very hard.
Pause.
I go very. Yeah. Oh, you know what's been fun? So actually, something that's been really helpful is so like my wife and I have gotten in this habit. Mike's gonna love this. We have dinner every night together.
Oh, that's
We
nice.
hold hands.
Yeah, good for you.
We hold hands. No.
Is that just because there's not enough room at the table for you guys to put your hands anywhere else?
Yeah, we literally do, like we'll have dinner together, and then right now our thing is The Office,
Okay.
and so
Fair.
it's like a nice.
Because you've never this is your first time around
Yeah.
the office, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I have like a love-hate relationship with it because like the Michael character, he's so like ridiculous, and so I'm just like, I almost was like, I don't think I can do this show. It's just like too like dumb.
He's endearing.
Well, he has moments, and he finally had a moment, and I was just like, okay, I'll keep watching. And every time I'm about to like give up on the show, like something will happen that like pulls me in. I'm like, oh, I gotta keep watching. So anyway, that's been helpful for like the stress,
Okay.
where it's like this nice little habit routine that my wife and I are doing, where we'll have dinner and then we'll watch the show, and so I feel like that's been, and then also I get to I'm like singing on the way home,
That's good.
so it's been, I feel like that keeps me from like spiraling.
It's important, man. 'Cause
Yeah. Where you
just
at?
little things, man. Where you at?
I've been good. This week I kind of just played catch up on stuff that I just haven't been really focused on. So it's been nice to kind of get everything back in order. Finally got my garage like back into like a nice, like comfortable level of organized and clean and shit. Because I fucking hate walking out there and having to move stuff to get to other stuff. You know. And then it's been good. I did have a kind of like a weird moment this week where I was kind of bummed out because I found out that Elliot had his like first real panic attack at school. He was like explaining to me what happened at school, and like he was like weirded out by like how he was feeling and shit. And I was like, this little 5-year-old just had a first fucking like a genuine panic attack.
Or is it fun, just like being around just the little kids, or?
It's that, and like, you know, he's in the special ed program now, and so like he has like somebody who is working with him constantly, right? But then he like, I guess, got really overwhelmed with something, and one of the teachers, not the person that's assigned him, like had a pretty bad moment with him, and he like lost it.
Yeah.
But like everything he was explaining to me, like he was like, yeah, I just felt weird, and I was like, I didn't know what to do, and, you know, like in the way that he explains it. And I was
That's
just
cool
like,
that he's able to do it, though.
dude, you were having a fucking panic attack.
Yeah.
Like, I know exactly how that is, you know, but it's just,
tell him you gotta just bury his feelings.
yeah, I was like, just push that shit way down and never talk about it. No, I'm just kidding.
As you should.
As you should. Just never talk about this shit again.
You're like, you know what?
Dude, that's
It's like, tell your mom about it, not me.
that's what I heard growing up.
Like, you know
That's
what?
what I heard too.
You know what, little man? I don't want you to ever talk this way again.
I don't want to.
You're
I don't
okay.
want to hear panic attack from that voice.
Yeah. But yeah, it was so, I was kind of like, you know, I just kind of talked to him about it and talked him through it. And then and then this weekend we were at we ended up at Tom's Farms. I have never been to Tom's Farms before. That place is a fucking dump.
It was funny. I just confused that place with like the healthy place, the good
Bristol Farms,
one. No. I used to confuse Tom Farm with
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods?
Place like that. Yeah.
Isn't Bristol Farms similar?
I think
You guys
so.
have one out here?
Isn't it like a nicer? It's like a
I
nice,
think it's nicer. Yeah. Let me not say Tom's Farms is a dump. It's just very dated. Like,
What is Tom's Farm?
so it's like this little, like, they have like a farmer's market.
That's
and,
cool.
Like they have like a like old school candy store, and there's like a little area for the kids where they have like almost like carnival rides. But they've been there since the 90s, and nothing's changed since the 90s. So it's like we got on this
It's a
little
blast from the past, man.
yeah. We got on this little train that just takes you around their little parking lot essentially, and they give you like a history of Riverside.
Oh.
And that's what Elliot was like. Why are there? Why is this all fake? I want to see real, because there's like a statue of a wolf that you like ride by, and it's like old and weathered.
Yeah.
And like,
This is lame.
yeah, and then they have like a wood panel wall with like a painting of a barn on it that you just drive. It's like the most janky like
Yeah.
little thing, and he's just like, what is this? Where are we? What are we doing? But yeah, other than that, man, like I've been good. It's been kind of like taking the new bike and slowly removing all the old man parts off of it that the last owner had on there, and like kind of getting it dialed in. So it's been cool.
Hell yeah.
Is your throttle working well?
Yeah.
How?
How?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's add some jams to the playlist and get out of here. So we have a Walking Blind playlist on Spotify. So there's basically no rules to this. Any genre, any music, whatever you want. So like one Resist song, and then one thing that you've just been jamming lately.
All right. Well, I guess you could check out Real Blood because it's the newest single that we released. It's not that new, but it's the newest single. And it kind of fits in with everything going on the last couple days in LA.
All right.
So, yeah, check it out, Real Blood. And then random song I've been listening to on and off lately, believe it or not, is, drum roll please, just kidding. Dude, I've been listening to a lot of like the first Snoop Dogg album, man.
Sick.
You could put any song off that album.
Snoop Dogg.
That album is, me and Gene were jamming the hell out of that on the tour in Texas we did.
Snoop just dropped an album?
Yeah, he did. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm scared.
I haven't either.
The reviews are like 50-50 on it. That's what scares me.
2025. It's called Is It a Crime?
I heard it's good, and then I heard it's really bad, so like I'm scared.
All right. What do we want to do on Doggy Style?
You know what you want to do on Doggy Style. Pause. Clip that out, please.
Oh, you mean make that a clip? Absolutely.
Sure.
Jesse, what do you want to add?
Wait, we didn't check in on Jesse. How's Jesse doing?
Jesse's fine.
You stay there and just stay quiet.
Yeah, Jesse, where you at?
I'm a little bit better this week. It was kind of it's kind of weird this whole week because it was a lot of drama going around everywhere all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So for the most of the part, I'm just trying to dodge it all. And then every now and then I'd get scooped in and then just be like, whatever. I just tell myself like, I don't care, just leave it. And then on Friday, I was supposed to go to a funeral for my childhood best friend. And
Sorry for your loss.
thank you. And I was like about to head out, and I'm like, if I go, I'm not gonna be able to do anything during the week for work or like go drive or anything like that. And then plus, I started seeing that in the area that he was doing that, they started doing a bunch of ice raids and stuff like that. So I was like, I can't go. Like it's too dangerous right now for me. And then like my car's not 100%, and it just bummed me out. The rest of the time that I was like thinking about it, but it's just it was something that I had to like, work through. I guess it was just something that like it was just keeping me in my head, and I just had to like get myself out of it, out of that a mental state that I was at. But we're doing better, moving forward, looking really forward to flying out in July. So just to get away,
When in July?
So it's gonna be for my birthday. So I'll be out there for like the full week.
Where are you going?
New Jersey. My girl's out there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You're almost there, buddy. You got this.
Yeah.
Just one whole ass month. That's all.
Just the whole last 30 days,
I'm like, there at some point this has to kick in where it's like, oh, it's time just pass by. No, it didn't.
Dude, it will. We're already in fucking June, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy. New Year's
Second
Eve was
week.
just like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting the second week of June, dude.
Yeah.
And what's your jam, Jesse?
Shit.
Dude, you know what? It's the only right answer.
What's that?
Dude,
You know it.
say it, dude. You should say it.
Just don't think. Just
Say it for the people, man.
While he searches, what are you adding, Mike?
So mine will be just because these guys hit me up. They call Mafia Birdhouse,
Okay.
and the song Scatter.
What's your band song, dude?
For mine?
Yeah, 1 and 1. That's what I was told.
Oh, I mean, do we have all Easy Out already, already on the playlist?
I don't know.
No bragging rights.
Yeah, throw an NBR song on there,
NBR
dude.
You have to. We're about to play together.
And I'll throw a Creative Void song on there.
Hell yeah. And
I'll do that.
we're going to go on tour with No Bragging Rights. I'm just saying it. I'm willing it to existence.
You got to get naked for the good things to happen.
Not right now.
You know what?
Not live.
You guys' hit single "Living on a Prayer."
Yeah.
Dude,
Whoa!
you know what? This is a song. Just look at a little.
Fashion before passion.
No, it's a song that's in the set list.
Motion of the Ocean?
We have our set list for
what, dude?
the show, man. For the
What
12th,
show?
For July 12th. Martin basically picked this, and Martin chose violence.
Oh,
So
he was like, "We're gonna be playing with Desmadre, fool."
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to.
yeah, I was like, all right. So this song, it's called "Downhearted," and it's off our album "Concrete Flower," and it's a song that I wrote that is. So I'm like a believer, and I had like a lot of suicidal ideations throughout my life, and it's one of those things where knowing what the Bible said about suicide, and then how I felt, it was one of those things where I was just like, how is that even fair? Like, and kind of so the song is about being like a believer and like living with like this like thought of like well, the Bible says this about suicide, but this is how I feel, like, and if something happens and this is how I go out, like, God would have to understand, right? Like, and so anyway, so that's like that song is like my struggle with that.
Damn. Talk about mental health. That's deep.
I found mine.
All right.
It's gonna be the band Big Boy
Nice.
and 365. It's funny. I didn't know that they were already out. Like, well, I never heard of them until recently.
Big Boy?
Yeah,
You've been around for a cool minute, I think.
yeah. Missed the train.
It's okay. You're on the plane
That's
now.
the beauty. Yeah, beauty of finding music, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you're going to miss the NBR show, dude. Just realized it.
When is it?
Wait, the 12th.
No, I'll be there. I'll be here. Yeah.
He'll be here.
I don't leave till the 18th.
He'll be in the pit.
All right.
I get in trouble every time.
I'm going to add for Creative Void, we're going to go Heart Remains.
There we go, baby.
And then for my regular song, there's this like easy core band called Good Terms.
Okay.
Song Progress.
Very progressive.
And Drain just dropped a new single.
Sick.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
What a fun fucking band. Dude.
What a fun band. What a young band.
Yeah.
Well, dudes, thank you so much for fucking coming.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. It was a great time. Check on your homeboys, for real.
Yeah.
You want to plug some socials real quick?
Check us out. Resist.310 on Instagram. And I think it's the same on TikTok. Resist LA for life. That's all I'm going to say. Soon.
Okay.
Thank you guys, though. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man.
Of course, man.
Can't wait for the 12th.
Dude.
We're going to fuck shit up.
Wild.
And everyone in this room has to be there, or you'll pay the price.
Well, dude, thank you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Follow, like, and subscribe.
We love you guys. Peace.
Peace.
No way to handle my aggression.